I'm Jordan Harmon, president and co-founder of Angel Studios. We are so grateful to have you back for another live stream and another huge announcement. We have a new film coming out very soon, so stay tuned. This is such a cool, exciting project. We cannot wait to tell you about it. And it's not a film that you have to wait to watch, okay? This is actually coming very soon. So during this live stream, we're going to talk about this brand new film that's coming out this Labor Day weekend. You can stream it this Labor Day weekend inside the Angel Guild, and we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about how to stream it, and then we have a special message from the creator of this film, Mike Rowe himself. He also starred in a Tuttle Twins episode. We love this man. He is absolutely incredible. And to top that off, we have a sneak peek at the end of this live stream of the film that we are releasing this Labor Day weekend. So stay tuned to watch that sneak peek. Man, we are super excited. This is going to be a really, really fun time. But to keep me on track, let's get the countdown clock up. It's going to pop up somewhere here. And count down to when we are going to watch the sneak peek of this incredible film coming out this Labor Day weekend. So stay tuned for that. So before I announce this new movie, I want to talk about and thank you for the incredible work you do as members of the Angel community, and especially those members of the Angel Guild who are shaping the culture and the entertainment for generations to come. Your membership literally gets to influence through your vote and through your dollar everything that comes to Angel Studios. It's an incredible opportunity. And so, again, we want to thank you for bringing high quality, incredible entertainment into Angel, and there will be more and more content and films and TV shows coming out on a regular basis. So we're super excited to announce those. It's because of you that we now get to announce Mike Rowe's film that just released in theaters is coming exclusively to the Angel Guild. The film is an incredible film. It's Mike Rowe's Something to Stand For. And it is absolutely an entertaining ride where you get to go and experience incredible stories throughout history, narrated by Mike Rowe, and he takes you through this journey of each story. But he doesn't tell you exactly what happened in history. He tells you a story that you have to kind of figure out along the way which story throughout history he's talking about. It is one of the most fun experiences as a family to sit down and watch Mike Rowe take you through these different journeys that he's written and brought to us today. So we are going to roll a trailer and enjoy this first trailer on Angel Studios platform for Mike Rowe's Something to Stand For.
My name's Mike Rowe, and this is Something to Stand For. A film that celebrates a few extraordinary Americans who risked everything to build the nation we call home. Americans who gave us something to fight for, something to be grateful for. And today, all these years later, something to stand for.
I thought I'd take a trip to our nation's capital, not too far from where I grew up,
to reacquaint myself with the memorials and monuments built to honor the people in this film. In other words, it's a field trip.
and I'm glad you're along for the ride. Assuming the old truck makes it. It's going to be fine.
Okay, guys, like I said, this is a powerful film. You can now stream Mike Rowe's Something to Stand For as an Angel Guild member. It's exclusively in the Angel Guild. Go to angel.com/stand and sign up today. Your membership not only gives you early access to this incredible film, but there's many other films that you can get early access to, like Sound of Hope and Sight, and all the films that have come into Angel's ecosystem and that will come into Angel's ecosystem. And so we are so grateful. So you can scan the QR code if you're on your TV, or go to angel.com/stand and join the Angel Guild, or watch Mike Rowe Something to Stand For. This film touched the lives of so many people in theaters just a little bit ago. Matter of fact, it did really well as a small theatrical event that hundreds of thousands of people lined up for. They were so excited to watch this film. And now you get to experience it first on the Angel Studios platform as an Angel Guild member. But your guild member, again, like I said, it not only gives you access to this, but you get 2 free tickets to every Angel theatrical release that's coming out in the future. You get early access to our content. You get discounts on merch. You can buy exclusive Angel merch. So all these things are really, really important. But it also, your membership goes to help fund and support shows like Mike Rowe's Something to Stand For. It helps us create more shows like this. And so every time you sign up, when you sign up as a member of the Angel Guild, you are putting your money to shape the future of entertainment. There is not a single thing I believe that someone can do that's more impactful as an individual family to shaping the future of entertainment than joining the Angel Guild. Every film gets first seen by the Angel Guild, and the members of the Angel Guild who saw Mike Rowe, Something to Stand For, gave it raving reviews. They were so excited. Like, you have to get this into the Angel Guild and Angel's ecosystem. And so we are so grateful to partner with Mike Rowe and his team in their incredible project that we have here. So again, we're going to quickly play an incredible video from Mike Rowe himself talking about this incredible project and why the Angel Guild is so important. So let's cut to that.
Hey guys, it's Mike Rowe with big news. I just learned that my new movie, Something to Stand For, has found a new home right here in the Angel Guild. And I couldn't be more pleased and delighted to announce my partnership with Angel Studios. This has been a long time coming because I've been a big fan of what the Harmon brothers built for years now. I've seen The Sound of Freedom and The Sound of Hope and Mother Cabrini, and I've interviewed the Harmon brothers and Bishop Martin, and I was just in an episode of the Tuttle Twins earlier this year. They let me sing a song and everything. It was great. You should check it out. But this is special. Something to Stand For is a movie that I wrote specifically for Independence Day. And it was in theaters across the country in early July, but it only ran for 1 week. I've been looking ever since for a home, a place where people can stream it anytime. And I can't imagine finding a better place than the Guild. I know what you guys are all about. I know what you value. And I'm 100% positive you're going to love this movie. Speaking of 100%, we're close to it. It's got a 98% right now over at Rotten Tomatoes. So I got that going for me. But I think it's going to do even better here because this is a love letter to our country. I didn't write it for conservatives or Democrats or liberals or Republicans. I wrote it for people who still see themselves first and foremost as Americans. 9 short mysteries, all told in the style of Paul Harvey and brought to life for the big screen. I don't want to tell you anymore because I don't want to spoil the many surprises in it, but I do want to encourage you to check it out, and I do want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this incredible family. All right then, I'll see you around, hopefully out there in the real world somewhere. See you.
Man, I love Mike. He hosted Jeff and Neil on his podcast a while back. They had such a great conversation. We've been such a fan of his for so many years and what he's done for the world. He obviously guest starred in a Tuttle Twins episode. For those who watch Tuttle Twins, it's such a fun episode about college and education. But we're so grateful for him and his partnership. We want to dive into a sneak peek of Mike Rowe, Something to Stand For. And I promise you that you will not regret joining the Angel Guild, becoming a member, influencing culture, and supporting projects like Mike Rowe, Something to Stand For. So enjoy this sneak peek of this film, which is out right now for this Labor Day weekend.
name's Mike Rowe, and this is my office. Thanks, Mark. Or one of them, anyway. For the last 20 years, I've spent a lot of time in greasy spoons like this one, drinking bottomless cups of coffee, soaking up the local color, and writing short stories about the people I've met while filming a TV show called Dirty Jobs. If you saw Dirty Jobs, you know that it took me to all 50 states and allowed me to work alongside hundreds of hardworking Americans, men and women, who do the kinds of jobs that make civilized life possible for the rest of us. Well, this movie is not about those Americans, at least not entirely. This movie is about some other Americans I've been writing about lately. Americans I've never met, but always admired. Americans who risked everything to build the country we call home. Shouldn't you be at work, Tom?
Technically.
Forget about that 20 bucks, Jim.
Oh, thanks. You're real generous.
I'm a giver. Barb, how are you?
Everything?
As always, I'd give it 2, maybe 2.5 stars. On a scale of 3.
Oh, I'm glad you're happy.
I'm always
Come
happy.
back.
I always come back. Keep change.
Oh, thank you.
Dave, behave yourself, brother. Full disclosure, I'm not an expert or a historian. I'm just the son of a social studies teacher with an appreciation for the people who built our country. So I thought it might be fun to share a few of the stories I've written over the years about some of the most impressive Americans I've ever read about. And along the way, I thought I'd take a trip to our nation's capital, not too far from where I grew up, to reacquaint myself with the memorials and the monuments that have been built to honor the people in the stories you're about to hear. In other words, it's a field trip, and I'm glad you're along for the ride. Assuming the old truck makes it. It's gonna be fine. Just a quick word about these stories before we dive in. They're actually short mysteries, written in the style of an old radio program I used to love called The Rest of the Story by Paul Harvey. With Paul Harvey's mysteries, you got to hear a story that you had never heard before about somebody famous that you already know. Your job as a listener was to try and figure out who he was talking about before he got to the end of the mystery. These stories are a lot like that too. Each one starts with me on the stage in an empty theater and quickly turns into something altogether different. Probably easiest just to show you what I'm talking about, but do me a favor. If you figure out who it is I'm talking about before we get to the end, don't yell out the answer. Studies show that people sitting around you hate that. Anyway, this is something to stand for. A U.S. merchant ship was missing. 21 crewmen were being held hostage, and now the Libyan consulate had been attacked by Islamic terrorists. The president was a patient man, but his patience was running out. There was a sharp knock on the door. The president looked up from his desk as 2 men entered the Oval Office. "Mr. President," said the secretary, "you need to see this right away." The Secretary of State placed the intelligence report on the president's desk. The commander-in-chief read the first sentence and said, "Is this confirmed? Are we sure?" "It is," said the Secretary of State. "We found them. They're dug in, but vulnerable. We'll need O'Bannon and his team, and we'll need to move fast." The Attorney General objected. "Mr. President, what the Secretary is proposing is completely unconstitutional." The president looked at his AG with a mix of curiosity and exasperation. "What would you have me do? Keep negotiating? Ask them nicely to please stop kidnapping and killing our people?" "But sir," said the AG, "the terrorists are now on foreign soil. You have no congressional approval. This would be an act of war." Now, it was the Secretary of State who objected. We're already at war with an enemy who doesn't have the decency to declare it. And then to the president, he added, Mr. President, you are absolutely within your rights. The terrorists have made their bed. It's time they were made to lie in it. No, said the Attorney General. He's a president, not a dictator. It's the Congress who must decide. Have you not read the Constitution? The Secretary of State bristled. Yeah, I've read the Constitution. Several times, in fact. As his Attorney General and his Secretary of State continued to bicker, the president considered the portrait of George Washington hanging on the wall across the room. Congress had offered him a crown, once upon a time, the chance to be a king after his final term as president, and Washington had refused. How then would the father of our country fight state-sponsored terrorism today? How would he engage with Islamic extremists who had no code, who followed no rules, and attacked our people overseas? Gentlemen, enough. James, are you absolutely certain of their location? Yes, sir. They're dug in on the coast. It's a fortress, like I said, well defended, but vulnerable. O'Bannon's been briefed. His team is ready. Just sign the order, and we'll put the terrorists down once and for all. But, sir, said the AG, what about the Congress? Levi? You're a good man, and a fine Attorney General. But you're dismissed. But, sir, you can let yourself out. The AG huffed and left the Oval Office, slamming the door so hard it caused the portrait of Washington to shudder on the wall. The president glanced again at the face of Washington and saw what he always saw staring back at him: resolve. Turning back to his Secretary of State, he asked one more question. James, how confident is O'Bannon? Supremely confident, sir. And how large is his team? 8 men, sir. So few, said the president. All hand-picked, said the secretary, all trained for land and sea operations. They are the best of the best. The president considered the situation one more time. A U.S. merchant ship was missing. 21 crewmen were being held hostage, and the Libyan consulate had been brazenly attacked. Enough was enough. Do it, James. Send in O'Bannon. Do it fast, do it right, and keep it quiet. And with that, the President of the United States launched one of the most famous top-secret operations in naval history. It was a controversial decision, but when the dust settled, the President's actions were deemed constitutional, just as his Secretary of State predicted. And his Secretary of State would know. He had not only read the Constitution several times, he had written it not too long after the President had written the Declaration of Independence. My name's Mike Rowe, and this is Something to Stand For. A film that celebrates a few extraordinary Americans who risked everything to build the nation we call home. Americans who gave us something to fight for, something to be grateful for. And today, all these years later, something to stand for.
I thought I'd take a trip to our nation's capital, not too far from where I grew up,
To reacquaint myself with the memorials and monuments built to honor the people in this film. In other words, it's a field trip.
and I'm glad you're along for the ride. Assuming the old truck makes it. It's going to be fine.